Oh, the Paquito.
The Paquito is still open, yes. But again, the Fred and Paquito makes sense.
Fred and Paquito makes sense, yes. I'd even say Baksha Paquito makes sense too if you really want to go for it, right? Heck, Juicin, Paquito, let Geek Fam choose the jungler.
Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot, actually. Paquito, Juicin. Again, let Geek Fam take whatever jungler he wants.
Among the planes.
Oh, never mind.
Wow.
It seems they want to just play the box.
Okay.
Not even the Paquito. That's crazy. Giving it over to Lethal L. And he already have a Harrod. This is a combo that we've seen, a Paquito and a Harrod.
And that's Frederick.
Wait,
what?
Guided by Lantern's light.
What? Okay,
I had to scan through the bans again. I thought maybe he was banned and we didn't see it. No.
Are you happy? I think you should be happy as a beginner fan.
Yeah, they picked the Juicin into the Eve, and this is a, I'd say, Moskov carry.
Yes.
They go Moskov. This is a
very great draft from Pikachu early.
This is a great first three.
Hopefully they don't choke it in the last 4 or 5, no? Like picking Sora in the open Valentina.
I think because they're on the red side, it's up to Geek Fam to kind of throw the drafts right now. So,
agree.
All right.
But still, they still need to ban the Erlan though.
Yeah, I think ban the Atlas as well, no?
They can pick up the Atlas.
That's true, but I think they can also pick up the glue first before that, right?
So whoever ban out the glue, it needs to ban out the Atlas too.
That's why. So maybe BTR are going to leave it over to Geek Fam to ban the glue and the Atlas, and they're going to go for the Erlan ban, and then what next? Paquito.
Paquito, yes.
If they don't want to pick it up.
Erlan and Paquito ban makes sense for Bigatron. For Geek Fam, yeah, I think a glue ban if they want the Atlas. Or heck, even the Atlas and the glue ban, you just let it all out, you know? Just pick whatever not meta in the roamer position.
There you go. I like it. You know what's crazy though? If Geek Fam banned the Atlas and blue, then Bigatron by Vitality, they can last pick a Kalea, signature pick for Mr. Finn.
Yes.
Or they could just go for the easy TLID. You know, try to give Geek Fam a taste of their own medicine.
Agree with that. Oh man, the Battle of the Roamers. I think we didn't mention it earlier, but again, in this matchup, Finn and Baloy have so much hero pool, and that's why the Battle of the Roamers is insane.
Yeah. I think they might not even ban the Paquito. I think they want an Alice to counter Paquito. Because there's no shred on Geek Fam.
Yes.
Yeah.
They ban out the chip.
Oh, wait.
If you ban out the Alice here, then you can pick up the Paquito, no? If you're...
That's true. They can pick up the Paquito, or they can just go blue.
Yeah. But again though, for Paquito in the side, I really don't like it because you have 2 long lanes with the Moskov and the Paquito.
That's why.
Wait, is that right? Moreno's #1 top 5 cross-region total kills?
Nice ban.
Nice ban.
Yes, that is right. Across the different leagues, Moreno. God, 180.
The 22 kills helps though.
Yeah, yeah, that
True.
definitely, you know, boosted up his stats by a lot. Thank you, Liquid.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
But do you want to pick up the Paquito here, no?
Yeah,
I don't. Just to deny, but again, for the composition, it's not that good.
That's the thing, though. I think they might just go and like.
Yes, they need to deny it.
So Geek Fam have a shot to go blue, but is it even good?
Against a Moskov that can self-heal.
Yeah, that's why. The second skill will just stun you if you go pass.
Spear of Misery is gonna make the glue suffer. A Lapu and a glue kind of makes sense if you wanna pressure the Baxia in the early game. But again though, against Paquito, the Paquito will have so much prio in lane.
It's so difficult. Because the Kalea's coming, you know.
Yes, for the last pick, yeah.
And there's no way to deny it unless they pick the Kalea, but then the Gatot shows up on the right. Just for a way to counter it.
The clouds are ever shifting.
Still the Sora again. We've seen it before. Sora match against the Paquito. Just KennzyySkie with the Frederick with the Jushin.
And the glue.
And they take the glue. And I think this is just Kalea pick, no?
I think Bigatron won the draft if they go Kalea here.
Agree. And we've seen how broken Baxia with the Kalea. The sustainability is insane. But again though, I think it's not as winnable as Miracle thought, because I think still Paquito and the Moskov, 2 long lanes. If they don't get the early game, if they can snowball in the early game, yes, it's very good. You can play 1-3-1 with Paquito top or either side.
Yep.
But if they lose out in the early game, it was the farm. Moskov needs a farm, Yift needs a farm, Pakido needs a farm, so
Okay.
it's gonna be, it will feel weird for BTR if they lose out in the early game. But if they win out in the early game, then that's, I think it's 2-1.
What are they thinking about? They're taking so long. Is this supposed to be a choke pick?
No.
Because like, why are they? See, oh, they want to just pummel.
Yes, so they want to focus the early game, right?
Yeah,
They know they have the late game secured, right, with the Yift, Moskov,
I agree.
and Pakido. So the KLID pick makes sense just to pass the tempo, make the tempo quicker. Oh, I like both track actually. It's down to execution.
I agree, but they're gonna give Geek Fam a taste of their own medicine. It's all about the early game.
What happens if BTR don't get the early game?
They still have a Moskov and Eve.
Yes,
That's why they're willing to take the risk.
If they can turtle out, you know, just defend, they will have the late game.
Okay. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The drafts have been set in stone. We're on the way to game number 3.
It's all even in this lower bracket finals for Geek Fam and both for Bigatron by Vitality. But the way they recovered that last game was so impeccable. The way Iman carried the team fight, the way he stole the Lord, and now is a new slate wiped off clean. And let's see who takes game number 3. This is again Geek Fam against Bigatron by Vitality.
Let's see who will have the advantage entering Game 4 later on as we jump into the Land of Dawn. And again, right, we're entering this series of Game 3 with 1 apiece. We heard what the panelist has to say about the late game for Bigatron by Vitality is comfortable playing around the late game because of the Moskov. Now, Bigatron seems like they're replicating what they did or what Geek Fam did earlier with the KLID. Seems like it's just to apply pressure. Now, first minute, nothing too crazy.
Yep. They have a safety net. They have a backup system. If the early game fails, if they can't really capitalize on it, they have a Yive, they have a Moskov, and the Pakido too that can play the long lanes.
Lower speed still able to figure out. That's information for the first turtle. Oh, the solo by Lethal Marcel.
Blinken, you miss it. And Lethal L gets the first blood. Impeccable with the Sora. That's against a Pakido. Early on, sure. It's all even, but then as a Pakido, you can bob and weave. You get that advantage. At least the gold crab does go towards Eman. But how do you get solo killed just like that? Well, we weren't even looking. Emblem is by you. Extra damage for the Pakido. The rupture is there. The Festival of Blood. Pull yourself together. Playing extra defensively with an Inspire as well. Jiizee goes extra tanky with some sort of rotation with the agility right there as well. Now, Geek Fam, what will be a nightmare for them is that if it's a late game, they can play the long lanes. Like the panelist mentioned, a 1-3-1. You have a Pakido up top, the Moskov down bottom, but Marcel, blue form.
Oh, blue form engagement now takes a lot of damage. Marcel in the front. Oh, that's the shifting claws. The Springer as well under the turret! That's a mount play, a miscalculation, and Moreno, with the composure, is able to stay alive, and Geek Fam collects the turtle.
At least they get that, but Marcel, I don't know if it's the adrenaline, I don't know if he really wants to take down Moreno, but he missed the final hit of that skill 1 when you're in that blue form, the thunder form. That was so close. But that trade, I think would have been worthwhile too. At least you get Moreno, but you did not. And now he has to be content of eating another death to his name. At least Geek Fam are also very proactive in the early game because they have that power too. The Jiizee controls that very well. The Fredrin, that's wonderful. And then you have a glue that's always going to be at the ready. Kind of built by Dunia Games. Take a look at all the items. So far, nothing too crazy yet. All in the textbook side of the game. A Fury Hammer. I think that's going to be a Hunter Strike soon, unless he just keeps the component and goes for a War Axe if he really wants to play that safe. But yeah, so far Bigatron by Vitality, they're able to at least contain the early game. Even if that neutral objective fell to the hands of Geek Fam, they're able to get a slight gold advantage from there. And now Geek Fam, what will they look for? What kind of style will they play? Because Bigatron by Vitality, again, that zoning, that I'd say zone control that they have is super good. Right? You have Nazara to open up the bushes, or rather Niall, sorry, to open up the bushes, to open up the vision. And then you have some sort of zoning into RWN. And Finn with the lockdown, with a massive set in the TLID. So now they have to be careful for Geek Fam. But Geek Fam, no, they need to fight this. They need to look for something.
They need to look for something indeed. And this is going to be very interesting. Uh-oh. Geek Fam and BTR here not backing down as we approach the second turtle take.
Yep. This is going to be very pivotal for the course of the game. And Aran has the corrosion side, so he wants to fight early, get those slows going, get the members of Geek Fam moving sluggishly, and the cloud form in the back turtle.
Shogun with the flank attempt. But take a look at Marcel flickering out. Now with the shield duty now, does not commit on towards a crash just yet. Shogun is still just bothering the back lines of Geek Fam. That's going to be Bigatron now. Two-man immobilization by BTR. That's a stun. That's Nile still able to take the retribution. Now Shogun is taking care of Kenzie, but Moreno first one to fall here in this fight. Now Zara is Haran reposition. Shogun, great heavy left jab. That's again a kill for BTR.
Moreno for BTR and Marcel with a turtle too. I think that's going to be a Bigatron win.
Yep.
They're able to get the trade going, and I think that was, I'd say, a bait setup because Marcel popped the cloud form in the back trying to zone, but Geek Fam weren't ready for that. And then BTR came in with the flicker, looking to just get the passive stacks going. And when you have no cloud form, you basically become a walking minion as a Sora. You want to have that form going on, blue form.
Yeah, that's a good gank. That's a good setup right there. BTR by Vitality dictating the pace, and that's a structure taken down as well.
Marcel, a bit of a misplay there, twice now for him. And he eats another death, so this Sora would probably opt for something more defensive, be the front line. Because if you take a look at the lineups in Geek Fam, there isn't really, you know, an inherent tank that could soak up all the damage. Especially from a Paquito, especially from a Yves, and the Moskov later on in the game. At least for now, Marcel will try to clear the wave, and BTR completes the Curse Helmet. He wants to be close, up close and personal, sticking to the players, so Bigatron by Vitality. Possibly look for the classic to pop, but Nile, for a massive flank. This Baxia is just getting so much tempo so far. And they're just leaving him on an island. Just keep on farming as the Moskov. Take a look at the item builds again. Well, a glowing one has been completed for both mid laners, so they're going to look for that anti-regen again and again. Thunder Belt for Finn. He knows exactly that early on you need the damage to be able to kind of stop the players of Geek Fam. Oh, that's an interesting combo there. A root possibly for the SOD, and then you go for more.
Now almost there. Connects on towards that fight, but Geek Fam still able to control the turtle. Been taking a lot of damage. That's a mount from BTR. That's going to be a secure kill. Geek Fam takes a kill, and BTR no response here for the last and final turtle here in Game 3.
At least down bottom, Aran has been able to build up a massive wave to crash on the turret, and this is what I've been talking about. If Bigatron can't take the fight, if Bigatron can't really handle the pressure that Geek Fam is posing towards them, they can go and play the far lanes. They can play either up top, down bottom. The Moskov, the Paquito will enable that. And in terms of Geek Fam, they don't really have anyone to quickly answer that. Possibly only the Harith, maybe the Sora to a certain extent. But you want to have the Sora close to you. You want to have, you know, the resources available if Bigatron does collapse. And so far, they're playing the macro game perfectly there for Bigatron by Vitality.
Yeah. Sometimes they want to commit on towards a crash. SOD doesn't land. And that's going to be BTR now taking a lot of damage. Force him to use that flicker to safety. That's a reset, ladies and gentlemen. Minute number 8. Kill-wise, it's just 1. 4-3 here for BTR.
It's been a chess match so far. When we literally have a chess box in the game with that Yves ult, but look at Shogun going full damage to see Alberttt. Easily takes down the glue, and at the anti-region as well, so Bigatron know that Shogun will be there to just punch on the players of Geek Fam.
Oh, a boy will use a Crimson Beacon to reposition, and it seems like Kenzie now is going to be the target here for BTR. Can they connect? Shaman Force Pop stun, Purify. That's going to be the Raging Sandstorm. Finding the stun, but no follow-up damage just yet. BTR taking a lot of damage in the front side here, peeling for Kenzie as he will be the casualty.
He'll be able to run back, but that was super clutch from Nazara to stop the Paquito from advancing even further. Good taunt timed perfectly, and up top that's Marcel again working for the wave, but Iman will be able to catch that. So again, it's still even. Slow approach from both teams, as it has always been. The Fredrins, the Baxia, ever since yesterday. So we would argue that they will heavily fight for the neutral objectives, and the Lord will spawn. That'll catch the attention from both teams. And Iman can always just play the far lane, and then you go with the SOD. You join in and turn possibly the fight around like he has done in game number 2 with the Claude. Seems like Geek Fam also want to take dibs on the Lord, but Bigatron patrolling it closely. Marcel under pressure.
Wow, seems like they are having a go at Marcel, but Marcel is good at keeping his distance for now. Top lane will be a free turret here for BTR, as it's going to be a reset here with Iman joining in the mid lane.
Yep, that's going to be a resource burn out unless Geek Fam can buy some time to wait for the cloud shifting skies to pop again. Here goes BTR as Bigatron will be the ones to pull the trigger.
Oh, Raging Sandstorm connects onto 1-1. Shogun finds a big damage, and BTR is going to be the leader here in the map. 5v4 now, heavily favoring the red robots, as they will and they should collect the Lord.
And just like that, Bigatron able to get the first Lord of the game. Beautiful start to them in game number 3, and now hitting the 10-minute mark. This is where the Eve gets scary. This is where the Moskov also gets scary. Geek Fam lost their window to try to dominate the early game, but it was Bigatron containing it with so much poise and comfort. And now they can assign the lanes again. You can play the 1-3-1s like we mentioned before, or you can play aggressively if you want to take the fight, because I think Bigatron and Vitality are pretty strong in this state of the game, especially Shogun. You could see the damage he was able to deal with the Paquito, and that's super good against the Juicin, against the Harith, forcing the carries, or rather the tanks, to peel for the core members, and then Bigatron can just go in for the finishing blow. The Lord spawns down bottom, still a few structures because the outers are still available, and a boy will be the one to purchase that Ice Queen's one. So once extra slow, just to be able to catch and possibly heal for his team. Rose Gold early on from Iman, so he wants that safety, he wants to fight with the shield as well.
Definitely has a layer of survivability, that Moskov here. And another layer that Geek Fam needs to find solution, of course. Iman is deathless, right? Sure, he is killless, but definitely can cause problems, especially if we're talking about the far lanes. And we're entering minute 12, where the gold laners should shine during big fights. Now, let's see. 6,000 ahead here for the red robots. That's a lot.
Yeah. It doesn't get any easier than this for Geek Fam. It'll get harder. The minutes pass, the seconds ticking. It'll just be Bigatron and Vitality again, just putting all the control in this game. Finn with the rapid boots completed, and he can go for more. Oh,
that's a great isolation, forcing Beloy to mount. That's going to be Nile now, finding the kill on towards BTR. And that's another kill on the board. Luckily for Geek Fam, but it's still a minute on the clock for the Lord now. They want to siege the mid lane. Real world manipulation invested. But it seems like Geek Fam is able to disengage for now.
Yeah, the Steve is doing a lot of work. Moreno, nice SOD there from Iman to clear the wave up top, get that extra damage. But hey!
Hey!
It's KB and Raceboy. What is he doing here? What is Raceboy doing here? I thought he was a MCGG streamer now.
He's doing both. All right?
Yeah.
It's doing both. And
well, yeah, why not both, right?
Why not both? And Raceboy was once a coach for
BTR. For Bigatron. And the man beside him is obviously the
professor.
The nerd, I would say. Everything. MLA, MLB, PMCGG, you name it. He knows it all. But let's see now. Lord spawns. That was a good maneuver coming in from Bigatron Vitality, and I think they want to force something else. Marcel is just going to look for a flank. I don't think they have detected him. Or WM!
BTR again. First one to fall in the fight. Now it's going to be the SOD landing. Oh, take a look at Shogun, a cheeky angle that he's trying to get, and that's going to be Nazara isolated.
Marcel.
Iman secures the kill. That's going to be Marcel. Repositioning with the flicker. 2 members off the board equals to a free Lord for BTR.
It was about to recall right there, but cancelled by himself, and he walked his way into the top side only to burn the ult and the flicker.
Wow.
This makes this siege easier for Bigatron.
They want to go for more. That's going to be the siege. That's going to be cleared by Kenzie with the Shaman Force. He's able to at least relieve off pressure, but that is still a big prio on Bigatron's head for that Lord.
Yeah. And the high ground defense isn't really the best from Geek Fam. I mean, again, Jusin, Harith. But the way Bigatron by Vitality plays this is so good because you have a lot of zoning tools. When you know Geek Fam wants to gap close into you, there's going to be a Sora that wants to look for the set, the Fredrin with the taunt. You can always poke it from behind. You can play the kiting game too. And then the Jusin from afar. Obviously not the best of things you can do when that chess box just, you know, unravels in the team fight. And then you have from your back a boxer that's just gonna look to knock you down. Lord spawns, and again, Moskov, Paquito, you play the far lanes. At least now it's a 1-2-2 because like you still need Finn to shadow for Iman, because safety is still #1 priority for the Moskov, even if the Moskov is quite strong and safe. He has the full items completed, Malefic Gun even, so extra range to hit from afar. That's what you need when you want to play the kiting game as well. Siege, the base.
Nile intimidating here with the shield unity. They will get a turret in the bottom side. Both side lane base turrets has been cleared by BTR now. So they pull the trigger for the fight. It seems like the call is not just yet. No angles here. Geek Fam keeping it tight.
It's gonna be round 2 though, because there's gonna be another wave popping again. RWM zoning out.
That's gonna be disappointing. Out of position. That's gonna be 5v4 now. BTR. Finn is very low. Take a look at the Shogun. His positioning is ready for a strike as BTR, they move onwards. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at BTR here, just exposing Geek Fam. That's a Mount Beloy, a desperate one, but take a look at Marcel. Out of position as BTR, they go for the kill, but it seems like Finn is overwhelmed. It's a 2-for-1, another wave is crashing down in mid lane. Iman logging in towards the base. Take a look at him on! Ladies and gentlemen, we come to game 2 with 1 apiece, but the Red Robots has the last lap here in game number 3. They will go at advantage here in the series with a 2-1 scoreline.
Clean as can be. From start to finish, Bigatron by Vitality finally showcasing the potential that they have. And with that, they take the advantage to